All right, we're live. Screen. You ready at the jail? You know, on mute. I just want to make sure that I'll be able to hear you all.
We can hear you, Judge.
Okay, perfect. I just want to make sure.
We got one that needs a translator.
I saw that if it's for the Vietnamese translator, we'll just have to move that till tomorrow because I couldn't get anybody.
All right, that's fine. We'll let them know. We'll send them back.
Okay.
All right.
Other
We're
than
ready.
that, okay.
Hey, when? It's when.
All right, y'all ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay. All right. Just wait for him to go. All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is July the 23rd, 2023. The time is 11 a.m. I am Judge Daniel Nagel. I'm going to be presiding over today's first appearance calendar and hearing. Now, if you've never been to a first appearance hearing, let me give you some information about what this is. This is not an evidentiary hearing. What that means is this is not the opportunity for you to call witnesses or for you to make arguments or present any evidence about why the charges are wrong or why you shouldn't have been arrested, or for you to talk about the facts and circumstances of your case. So when I'm speaking with you individually, do not tell me any facts or circumstances about your case. It is being live streamed and recorded on YouTube. So what that means is if you start talking about your case, law enforcement could come and get this and use anything that you say against you. So we're going to go over a couple things because this is an informative hearing. What that means is I'm going to let you know what you are being charged with, whether there's going to be a bond on those charges, whether there are any special conditions of that bond, ask if you want to have a court-appointed attorney, and I will review your application, or if you would like to hire your own attorney. Lastly, I'll tell you your future court dates. If you bond out today or before your preliminary hearing, you will not need to go to your preliminary hearing, okay? Now, you'll need to go to an arraignment and other dates like that, but I don't know what those dates are going to be. I'm only giving you the date for your preliminary hearing. So if you bond out, the date that I give you, you won't need to go to it. If you are still in custody, you will go to it, okay? Now, special conditions of bond. There are really about 2 or 3 special conditions of bond. One of them is a stay away provision from a certain person. If you have a special condition of bond to stay away from a certain person, you need to act as if they do not exist. Okay, it means stay away. No phone calls, no emails, no text messages, no in-person communication, no Skype, Twitter, Kick, Instagram, Facebook, whatever creative way that you think that you can talk to this person, don't do it. If you do, you're in violation of this bond and your bond could be revoked. And you also face possibility of more charges, violation of a court order. So if you're told to stay away from someone and have no contact with them, do not have any contact with them until your case is resolved or your bond is modified at a future date, okay? The second most common type of special condition is a stay away provision from a certain location. If you are told to stay away from a certain location, guess what? Don't go there. You can go anywhere else in the world you want to go except where you are told to stay away from. Again, if you violate it, your bond could be revoked and you could face potentially more charges, okay? If you're told to stay away from a residence and you need to get belongings there, I can put in the order that you can go back and get your stuff. However, you cannot do it on your own. You have to make arrangements with the Clayton County Sheriff's Office to go and get your items, because we don't want any more problems for you. We don't want any problems for the people at that residence, and we don't want any problems from the people in the community at large, because there's a reason why you were told to stay away from there. And so we want to make sure that any animosity or bad blood or whatever, or tempers, just calm down, so we can talk about that on an individual level. Questions that I get asked that I cannot help you with. People think judges have all the power and we can do this and we can do that. But in reality, in this particular hearing, it's just I'm relaying information to you, okay? When I give you your bond total, I can't tell you what bond company to use or how much they charge and things like that. What I can tell you is, after practicing for over a decade in Clayton County in the state of Georgia, is bonding companies are somewhere between 10 and 20%. So if your bond is $1,000, a bonding company will be somewhere around $100 to $200. Okay, that's not the law. That's not written in stone. That's just the questions that I get a lot of time from people when we're speaking, okay? Also, please do not ask for a OR or a recognizance bond. I have been through everyone's charges. I've looked at everyone's criminal histories. I've taken the facts and circumstances into consideration, okay? So your bond, I've already come up with what I believe is a fair and reasonable bond for you, taking into account those factors, as well as what I have done previously and what we as judges do consistently in this county, okay? I'm going to ask you if you want to have a court-appointed attorney or if you want to hire your own attorney. If you want to change your mind on that situation later on down the road, that's fine. But it's probably the best idea that you have an attorney moving forward today, because that's someone that you can talk to, strategize with. You can have them file motions if that's appropriate, but you should not leave today without at least a court-appointed attorney, and then you can hire one later. Or if you've already hired one, that's fine. Just make sure that they file their paperwork. All right. Now, because we're doing this over Zoom, sometimes is a delay in when I am speaking and when you speak. So wait for me to finish before you start talking. Make sure you talk loudly and clearly so I can hear you, and just give it a second so we're not talking over each other, and so I can make sure that I'm getting the information that you're telling me and you can get the information that I'm telling you. Okay, so we're going to speak individually. We will get through everyone as quickly as possible. Okay. Once we are done here, give it a little bit of time, because the paperwork has to be scanned in, saved in, sent over to the sheriff's department before the bonds are, I guess, made accessible to bonding companies and family members and things like that. Okay, so we will process everyone. As you can see, I think we have around 24, 25 people that we need to get through, but we will get through everyone as quickly as possible. Now, before we begin individually, I need everyone to please raise their right hands. And I'm going to ask that you swear or affirm that anything that you say is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And you can say, I do. All right, so we're going to start with the female side because we don't have as many, and we'll get them rolling and processed, and then we'll start with the male side.
No, fine. I'm sorry.
Okay, what's your name?
Renika Bird.
Give me just a moment.
Mostly.
Oh, I have a Asantia Mosley. Is that you?
No.
That's Burley. What's your bird name? Bird. Renika Bird. Renika Bird.
Oh, Renika Bird, I got it. Okay, I'm sorry, Miss Bird. Give me just a moment. Let me, child, have your,
As soon as y'all finish, as soon as you finish, that's part of it, right?
I know I have your paperwork because I checked off that I did.
I think.
There you go.
Mine to them that.
All right, Miss Bird. All right, you filled out your paperwork. That's good. Appreciate that. All right, and you are charged with one count of battery, which is a misdemeanor. The bond is going to be $5,000. You do have a special condition to not have any contact with Katoria Minifield. Now, I don't know who that is to you. I don't know if that's a family member or a stranger or whatever, and you don't have to tell me, that's fine. You also have special conditions to not violate the law while out on bond. Now, the 4013 Courtney Drive, is that where you?
5013, yes, sir.
5013, okay. Does that person stay there as well or no?
Yes, sir.
Is that somebody that you're just
No, we're neighbors. I don't even know her, but she live in the same complex. Yes.
oh, you're in the same complex, but not the same actual thing.
Exactly.
Okay, got it. All right, well, because you don't live together, I'm not gonna make you stay out of your own residence, but if you're in the same complex, just don't talk to her, ignore her. She doesn't exist. Now, she doesn't have that restriction on her, it's only on you, okay? So just keep that in mind. You're a grown up, you'll handle yourself accordingly. You don't want no more trouble, and we don't want no more trouble for you, okay? The next court date for you is going to be on August the 15th, but if you bond out, you do not have to appear for that court date, okay?
Okay.
You'll get notice in the mail later on down the line, okay?
Okay.
Now, you have the right to represent yourself, or I can review your application for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
I represent myself.
You sure?
I'm positive. I have video and everything. I'm
Okay.
100% positive.
Well, I can appreciate that you have video and stuff, but here's the thing. There are rules of evidence, and just because you have evidence doesn't mean that you know how to present that evidence or get that evidence in. So, look, you have the right to do it, but I want you to be very, very, very aware that there's nothing wrong with having somebody just kind of sit back. If you have a court-appointed attorney, or hire your own, that's, they know the rules of evidence, and unless you went to law school, you don't. So I just want to be triple sure. You sure you don't want to apply for a court-appointed attorney?
I'll apply.
I'm sorry?
I will.
Okay, all right, good. Because you do qualify, so I'm going to grant that. Now you can work with them, give them your evidence and stuff like that, and let them do their law thing, okay?
Okay.
All right. Now, do you have any questions as it relates to just what we talked about, not about your evidence and things like that?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
All right, Ms. Bird, good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, what's your name?
Now, child.
Just a minute.
Oh, it's 39.
Why is mine?
You can pray for the Lord, please.
Okay.
You can pray, we can back.
I got out of order.
See how you doing?
Hey, Judge,
Yes.
How would you like for us to, because we got them in alphabetical order, but we can just, whatever name that you have, we can do it that way.
Okay, yeah, I got my paperwork out of order. That's my bad. I'm sorry, y'all.
No problem, sir.
But no, y'all keep them coming. I'll get myself straight. We should start from front. Diadel or Diadel should be next.
Yes.
All right, after Miss Childs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Miss Childs, you are charged with 1 count of criminal trespass. Okay. That is a misdemeanor. Let me see. All right. I am going to set a bond of $2,000. Okay. You do have a special condition to not have any contact with Mr. Henry Wilson. Okay. And you have a special condition to not return back to the 11906. I guess that's Fairway Overlook in Fayetteville. If you do have any belongings that you need to get there, that's fine. But you have to make arrangements with the sheriff's department to go and get it. Okay. You just can't show up and say, hey, the judge said I can come get my stuff. Like I said earlier, you want to make sure you do it the legal way so you don't have any more problems and nobody else has any more problems. Okay. The next court date for you is August the 15th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Court appointed attorney.
Okay, let me just take a look here. All right, I will grant that request. Now, do you have any questions about anything we just talked about?
Yes, that residence is mine. He doesn't live there. That's my house and I'm the only one on the lease.
I understand. And I have looked into this and done research and stuff. You know, it's a tough spot to be in. I will say that. And I don't necessarily agree with a lot of things the law does or says or things like that, but I'm not in control of it. I have to follow strict guidelines on what I can do and what I can't do. Right. And so even though I want to believe you, and I do believe you, my hands are still tied. I have done this a lot of times where it's people's own residences. Now, what I will tell you is, you know, you have to stay away from him. Unfortunately, that we have seen that hasn't been strong enough for people. So, you know, if I were you, I would get with the people at Lister and Holt. They're the ones that handle the misdemeanors for Clayton County, and get one of their lawyers to file an emergency bond motion or anything that they can think of to get that modified to where that restriction isn't on you. Okay.
My kids are there. Like, I can't not be with my kids. That's not his place. It's mine. I don't understand.
I don't have any way to verify that. How do I know that? I can't tell if you're lying to me or not. Because if he's got property there, you know, what? And I can't advise you because I'm a judge. I'm a lawyer. I'm a practicing lawyer, but I'm a judge. I understand that it's frustrating. Trust me, I get it. I've had clients in similar situations. I get it. But you need to consult with one of those lawyers as quickly as possible tomorrow, if you can.
And what's the name?
How to get that. Lister and Holt. They're in downtown Jonesboro. Okay. All right. Any other questions?
No.
All right. Good luck to you. All right. What's your name?
Yes, I am.
All right. We're back on. All right, ma'am. You are charged with 1 count of simple battery. It is a misdemeanor. I am going to set a bond. The bond is going to be $2,500. Okay. You do have a special condition of bond to not have any contact with Daquan Jones. Okay. Additionally, do not return back to the 2070 Lake Harbin Road address in Morrow. If you do need to get belongings from there, you can do so. Just make sure you do it. Make an appointment with the Clayton County Sheriff's Office. They'll go there and make sure that nothing bad happens to anybody. If you need to get belongings from there, okay? Your next court date is going to be on August the 15th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
I do the court appointed.
Okay. All right. I will grant that request for you. Do you have any questions about what anything that?
Yeah, because I really didn't understand because with the not staying there, because initially it was called because I had called them.
Well, hold on. If you're gonna go into the facts of it, I don't want you to do that because it's being recorded, remember?
Yeah.
I can only
So if I
go.
was to bond out today, I wouldn't be able to go and get my stuff from there? Because I just came in here yesterday.
The answer to that question is as quickly as the sheriff's department can arrange that for you, that's how quickly you can get it.
So I
You
have
can
to
have
call the
somebody,
sheriff.
you can have somebody go and get your stuff for you if you wanted to. There's no restriction on that. But if you want to physically go there and get it, you would have to make arrangements with the Clayton County Sheriff's Office to go and get it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions?
No.
All right. Good luck to you. All right. What's your name?
Karen McAlpine.
All right, Miss McAlpine. Should paperwork here. You've got all traffic offenses. One of them pretty serious, the other one not as serious, but still ends you up here. You are charged with one count of driving under the influence. Misdemeanor, I'm going to set a bond at $2,500. One count of open container, the bond is $500. One count of possession of marijuana less than an ounce, the bond is $1,000. One count of inoperable brake lights, the bond is $500. Speeding, the bond is $500.
She's over here.
Oh, failure to change over tag within 30 days, the bond is $500, and seatbelt violation, seatbelt bond is $500. So the total bond is 25, 3, 4, 5, 6. Your total bond is $6,000. Okay. Your next court date is going to be on August the 15th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Court appointed is fine. Thank you.
Okay, give me one moment. You're currently employed. Approximately how much do you make either per month or per year?
I'm new here, Your Honor, so I can't even really say. I would say less than 15,000.
Okay. Oh, yes, because if you said like $300,000 a year, like you don't qualify for court appointed.
I wouldn't be in here doing all that with 300,000.
Hey, I've seen it. I've seen it. People act,
with 300,000.
people act crazy, regardless of their financial status. But anyway, okay. Well, I'm going to grant your request. Do you have any questions?
You said 6,000, right?
6,000 total. Yes, ma'am.
Merry Christmas. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Fine. Okay.
Go ahead, man. You step up.
All right. What's your name, ma'am?
Asante Mosley.
Okay. All right. Ms. Mosley, you are charged with one count of simple battery, misdemeanor, the bond is $3,000. One count of cruelty to children, misdemeanor, the bond is $2,000. You do have a special condition of your bond to not have any contact with Sarah O'Keefe. Who is that? Who is that to you?
That's my cousin's girlfriend's niece.
Okay, got it. So you're not,
No.
okay. Got it. All right. And does that person stay at the 4791 Clayton Crossing address or no?
No, not probably not even.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, just don't have any contact with that person. Like I said before, you could end up in more trouble. So your total bond is 5,000. Your next court date is going to be on August the 15th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. Okay. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
My own.
You want to hire your own attorney? Okay. Do you already have that person in mind or not yet?
My family attorney.
Okay. What's that? Do you have their name?
No, I don't.
Okay, that's fine. All right. Well, I'm going to mark that down. Just make sure that that person gets excuse me, make sure that person gets on board as quickly as possible so they can keep track of your case for you, okay?
Okay.
All right, any questions?
No.
All right, good luck to you. All right, what's your name?
Venetia Reed.
Oh, Miss Reeves. Who was the person that was arrested with you? Is that your husband or what?
My brother.
Your brother. That's right. Yeah. I don't know if he can hear me or not, but I'm dismissing the case against you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean if they could still investigate it. They have, I believe, 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. So these charges could come back. I don't know whether they will or not. I'm not going to tell them to bring the charges back. I'm not going to tell them not to. That's not my role. But based on what I saw, I did not feel like this violated any criminal statute. So just be very careful of who you deal with and how you deal with them and things like that. I mean, you're obviously a very grown up and things like that, and there wasn't any allegations of any violence. But just be very careful in situations. And, I'm going to tell your brother the same exact thing because I'm going to do the same thing for him. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Now it's going to take it might take a little while, a couple hours maybe to process everything. So as long as you don't have anything that's holding you, you'll be good to go. Just don't get in any trouble while you're there. And hopefully you do not come back. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Reeves, take care.
All right, step up. Hey, as soon as we're finished, okay, so step up.
We should have one more. Wait, where is Alexis Morales?
Oh, that's a male, Your Honor.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right. Well, got it. 10-4 on that. All right. What's your name, sir?
Sharon Allen.
I'm sorry?
Sharon Allen.
Oh, Mr. Allen. Good. We're in order. Cool. All right, sir. You are charged with 1 count of battery, misdemeanor. The bond is 5,000. 1 count of cruelty to children, first degree. That's a felony. That bond is 5,000. So your total bond is $10,000. You do have special condition to not have any contact with Jamari Arnold. Okay.
All right.
Your next court date is August the 16th, which is for preliminary hearing. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Court appointed.
Okay. All right, I will do that. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Allen.
You know where you came from?
Hey,
What's your name?
sir. Hey, sir. Do you mind doing the under ties after this gentleman here, so we can get him out of here? He's one of our problem inmates.
Yeah, that's fine. What's your name again, sir?
Alan Brandon.
Okay, got it. All right, sir, you're charged with 1 count of theft by taking. I believe this is the misdemeanor. The bond is $2,000. Do not have any contact with Mr. Roger Denning.
Your Honor.
Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna ask if you have any questions. Just don't have any contact with that person, okay? Your next court date is August the 15th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do? You want to appoint one? Okay. All right. Now you have a question. What is your question?
That was a misunderstanding.
No, no.
I know I'm not saying that, but it's the bond is $2,000. It's only a $60 thing.
I understand that.
And I can't do that. I can't afford that. That's only a $60 item.
Sir, are you clearing your bond? Are you clearing your bond? Your bond is $2,000. Your Honor, you got any other questions or anything else for the gentleman, Your Honor?
No, is that it?
The only question you had?
Yes, Your Honor.
May I
right,
just be excused, Your Honor?
Yep.
All right, come on, all right.
All right. What's the name of the gentleman?
Times.
First name.
John Times.
CS1.
All right. Give me just a second, sir.
Hey, you did your GPS? No, you did. You do it. 7 hours, right? That's what I do. So 8 hours. We left at 6. That's 6 hours. 6 hours. I'm putting 7. Let's go.
I'm just trying to keep my paperwork in order. Okay. Here we go. Mr. Hans. Sir, you are charged with 1 count of arson in the 1st degree. I'm not going to grant a bond at this time. You are also charged with interference with government property. That bond is $5,000. Your next court date is going to be on August 16th for preliminary hearing. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. Which one would you like to do?
Appoint.
Okay. All right. I will. Are you currently employed?
I've been locked up 3.5 years. No, I'm not.
Oh, I see. Well, then that means that you have some other charges pending. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Understood. All right, Mr. Ties. Well, I'm gonna grant that. Obviously, I don't know if you've been in there that long. Then that means that this is probably not as big as whatever it is that you have.
No, it's not.
I got you. Well, maybe they'll wrap them both up, or you'll address the first one and then you'll just address the second one. Okay.
Yes.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right. I don't know what you got going on, Mr. Ties, but listen, don't keep racking up charges while you're here. Handle those, move on, and keep it pushing. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck to you, sir. All right, sir. What's your name?
Roosevelt Burke, sir.
Okay. Got it. All right, Mr. Burke. You got a lot of stuff going on this case, but these are older warrants.
I have state effect, sir.
Let's see. This is from 4 of these are from October the 10th. And then The other ones are from March the 26th. How you didn't get locked up on March the 20th? Oh, you weren't there. Okay, so that makes sense. All right, sir, you are charged with one count of false imprisonment, which is a felony on warrant 2022 CW 54634. The bond is $10,000. Cruelty to children in the second degree, warrant 2022 CW 54635. The bond is $5,000. Cruelty to children in the third degree, warrant 2022 CW 54636. The bond is $5,000. Battery, family violence, misdemeanor, warrant 2022 CW 54637. The bond is $2,500. Then those are all relating to incidents back on October the 12th, 2022. Then you have four more charges stemming from March of this year: aggravated assault and warrant 2023 CW 51411. The bond is $60,000. Cruelty to children in the third degree, warrant 2023 CW 51412. The bond is $5,000. Criminal damage in the second degree, warrant 2023 CW 51413. The bond is $10,000. And then a hit and run, warrant 2023 CW 51414. The bond is $5,500. So your total bond, sir, is 10, 20. As mark that. 10, 20 plus 60 is 80, 90, 100 to 103. If I did this correctly, it should be 103,000, but I want to make sure. 10 plus 10 is 20, 80, 90, 100 plus 3. Yeah, 103,000 for all charges. You also have a special condition to stay away from Sakita Jones, Joyisha Davidson, and Nova Davidson. Do not return back to 260 Shelburne Drive in Riverdale, and do not violate any other laws while out on bond if you are out on bond. Your next court date for all of these charges is going to be on August the 16th, 2023. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Court appointed for now, sir. But can I did want to state a fact though.
No, I didn't ask you to state a fact.
Okay.
Have you ever served in the military before?
No, sir.
Okay.
Sorry.
And the reason why I told you that is because this is being recorded, so anything that you say can be used against you. So it's best that you listen. Just listen. It's best, because I can't help you. I'm not your advocate. I'm a neutral. It's best that you talk about it with your lawyer, because anything that you tell them, you have attorney-client privilege. You don't have attorney-client privilege with me, okay? And even if you did tell me, I can't do anything about it. Now, any questions?
Yes, which bond was 60,000?
The aggravated assault. Any other questions?
I guess not. Since you say you went over the case log already, right?
Correct.
Some of them charges is the same charge. That's all I wanted to say.
Oh, yeah. I mean, sometimes prosecutors can charge one thing 2 or 3 different ways. So sometimes they get dropped, sometimes they merge, sometimes things happen with them. But right here, I don't have any control over that. I got to deal with what's in front of me.
We got 60,000.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
The honor.
What's your name?
Angel Manuel Cruz Rolon.
Okay. Is this the, hey, I'm sorry, Mr. Cruz Rolon, but you and one other person, y'all are a little bit different than everybody else because y'all have warrants from another state. So I'm going to take you and that other person last, okay?
Roger that. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Let's say both of the extraditions for last. I'm gonna do them at the same time. All right, what's your name, sir?
Jamal.
Oh, all right, Mr. Jamal Edwards, got you.
Hey, Judge, if you don't mind me asking, who's the second extradition?
Give me just a second. I will tell you that, sir. I know I saw 2 of them. It is Stephen Harper.
Harper. Who's that saying Harper? That's you? Okay.
Okay. All right, Mr. Edwards, correct?
Good.
Okay, Mr. Edwards, you were charged with one count of aggravated assault. The bond is going to be, which is a felony. The bond is going to be 60,000. One count of battery, which is a misdemeanor, the bond is 7,000, and one count of criminal trespass misdemeanor, the bond is 3,000. So your total bond is $70,000. You do have a special condition to not have any contact with Jessica Petty and do not return back to 5759 Shoals Place Trail in Atlanta. If you need to get anything there, you have to make arrangements with the sheriff's department to go with you. If you show up there without them, you are in violation of this bond and face potential new charges. Okay. Your next court date is going to be on August the 16th for preliminary hearing. If you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Hire my own attorney.
Okay. Do you have someone in mind or not yet?
I don't. I have to research.
Okay. All right. Well, just, these are some pretty serious charges. So you want to make sure that you do that as quickly as possible so they can get in and file the paperwork on your case. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you have any questions, Mr. Edwards?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, Mr. Edwards. Good luck to you.
All right, thank you.
All right. What's your name?
Timmy Garrett.
Oh, yes. All right. All right, sir, you are charged with one count of battery or simple battery, family violence, which is a misdemeanor. The bond is 5,000. You do have a special condition to not have any contact with Kelsey Gilliam. Okay. Now, you are not to return back to 4552. Give me just a second because I'm sure you have questions about that. I got you. 4552 Old Dixie Road. That may be a shared residence. That may be your residence. Unfortunately, I don't have any control. Where this happened, I have to make sure that you don't go back. Now, if you need to get your stuff, that's fine. You can either A, have somebody get it for you, or B, just go there with the deputies so they can make sure that she don't try nothing against you, you don't try nothing against her, and everything is copacetic, okay? But make sure that you take your paperwork to them and let them go with you. Don't just show up on your own, okay? Because you'll get yourself in for trouble. All right. Now, your next court date is going to be on August the 15th. But if you bond out, you don't have to go to that court date, okay?
Yes, sir.
You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
I think court-appointed.
Okay. All right. So I will grant that request for you, Mr. Garrett. Do you have any questions?
I'll be good, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Good luck to you, sir. Don't come back.
Okay.
All right. What's your name, sir?
Willie Gates.
Straight down, right?
Mr. Gates.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gates, you were charged with one count of criminal trespass.
Yes, sir.
I
need a four.
Give me just a moment. All right, Mr. Gates. Normally in this situation, this is a relatively minor thing. Whatever the problem is going on, they don't want you there. I am going to set a bond of $3,000. Okay.
Yes,
Now, you do have a special condition to not go back to 834 Highway 138 Southeast, which is the Southway Shopping Center Plaza. So you can go anywhere in the world you want, just don't go there. Okay. That for whatever reason, they do not want you there. And it doesn't matter to me what the reason is. Legally speaking, I've reviewed this and it's legally sufficient. So just don't go back there because you're going to end up right back in the Clayton County Jail. And that's not a good spot for you, Mr. Gates.
Yes.
Your next court date is going to be on August the 15th. But if you bond out, you don't have to go to that court date. Now, do you have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney? What would you like to do?
Court appointed.
Okay. All right, Mr. Gates, do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
All right, Mr. Gates, good luck to you. Please stay away from there and don't come back.
Okay, thanks.
All right. All right, what's your name?
Michael, good.
All right, Mr. Goodwin. Mr. Goodwin, you are charged with 1 count of battery, simple battery, misdemeanor. The bond is $5,000. You do have a special condition to not have any contact with Michael Smith, so just don't have any contact. Let me see here. Is that someone that lives with you or doesn't live with you?
I got jumped at the court and
No.
well, I don't know him. I don't even know him.
Okay, I got you. So that's not somebody that lives with you, correct?
No.
Okay. And where this happened at is not your address, is that correct?
No.
Okay, good. Well then, look, don't go back to Park Avenue over there in Forest Park. Just stay away from that area, okay? I don't know what you got going on or somebody's got going on with you. It doesn't matter, but you stay on a whole different area. Wait, are you from Georgia?
No, I'm not from here. I've been here like a couple of days. I was about to go back home. I'm not even from here.
I got you. Okay, well, look, let me help you here. The bond's $5,000. You bond out, you can go back to where you need to go. That's fine. Okay. Now, the next court date is going to be on August the 15th. If you bond out, you do not have to appear for that court date. Okay. But make sure that your address is accurate with the clerk's office and the sheriff's office, because you're going to get notice in the mail and you don't want it to go somewhere and then you miss court and get a warrant and all this stuff. That's not good for you. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do, sir?
Public defender. Need an attorney.
Okay, all right. Give me just a second. Let me review your application. I forgot to fill in this paperwork for you. Are you currently employed?
No. Yes. I just started.
Oh, okay. Well, those are two totally different answers. All right. Yes. Okay. How much do you make? I mean, you just started, but how much are you expected to make per month or either per year?
We make like 130. We get paid every day.
So $130 a day?
Yes.
Got it. So we'll just say 600 times 4, 2,400. Okay. Misdemeanor. Okay. All right. Mr. Goodwin, do you have any questions about, I'm going to grant that request, by the way, so the lawyer will be appointed to you. Do you have any questions about your case?
One about my bond so high.
I'm sorry?
One about my bond was so high. That's all.
I mean, it's in line with everybody else. You know, I gotta look at everybody and treat everybody about the same in facts and circumstances, and other places it'd be much higher. So, you know.
Thank you.
All right, no problem. Good luck. All right, what's your name?
William Matchett.
All right. There. All right, Mr. Matchett, you are charged with 1 count of simple battery, misdemeanor. The bond is $5,000. You do have some special conditions to not have any contact with Delbert McDowell. And let me see here. And you probably heard me say this, but you know, do not return back to the 28 Roundtree Road address in Riverdale. If you do need to get your stuff, you have to make arrangements with the Clayton County Sheriff's Department. Now, you can either have somebody get it for you, or you can go with the Clayton County Sheriff's Office to get your stuff. Now, that's only the way it is, your conditions, until either your case is resolved or you through an attorney can file a motion to modify those bond conditions to maybe a no violent contact, okay? Next court date is going to be on August 15th. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do? I'm sorry?
Court appointed.
Okay, got it. All right, sir, do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
All right, good luck to you, sir. All right, what's your name?
Alexis Morales.
Okay, Mr. Morales, you are charged with you're charged with one count of, oh, these are just traffic offenses. Defective equipment, $500. No license, bond is $1,000, so your total bond is $1,500. Both misdemeanors. Next court date is going to be on August the 15th, but if you bond out, you don't have to appear for that court date, okay? You do have the right to hire your own attorney or have court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Court appointed.
Okay. All right, do you have any questions?
No.
All right, good luck, sir.
Thank you. How you doing?
Good, sir. What is your name?
Cornelius Reeves.
Mr. Reeves, you were here with your sister, correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear what I told her or no?
Be on.
I'm sorry?
No, I didn't hear.
Oh, okay. I dismissed her case and I'm dismissing yours. Now, let me say this. You know, sometimes you do things and you do them and you end up in a situation like what you're in right now, right? Just because I dismissed the charges, that they could be brought back. I'm not saying that they will be. I'm not going to tell anybody to bring the charges back. I'm not going to tell them not to. That's not my place, okay? But just understand that they could be brought back. I think within 2 years is the statute of limitations, if I'm not mistaken. But just be very careful of who you deal with, who you interact with, what you do, and things of that nature, because things could have gone way worse for you, your sister, and everybody else involved. You know, you're grown up. You know, again, I'm just making the decision based on what I believe the law says and what I have presented in front of me. So just be very careful and make sure that you don't end up back here. As long as you don't get in any more trouble and you don't have anything that's holding you, give us some time to process this paperwork and then you'll be free to go. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right. Don't come back. Okay.
I won't. You enjoy the rest of your day.
All right. You too. All right. What's your name, sir?
Michael Turner.
All right. Mr. Turner. Moment. All right, Mr. Turner, you are charged with one count of battery. Misdemeanor, the bond is $3,000. You do have special conditions to not have any contact with Mr. Arthur Minton. Also, do not go back to 6393 Boca Grande Boulevard in Forest Park. If you need to get any belongings from there, you can have someone do it for you, or you can go through the Clayton County Sheriff's Department. Your next court date is August the 15th. If you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Court-appointed attorney.
Okay. Have you ever served in the military before?
No, sir.
Okay, I will do that. Do you have any questions?
How much is my bond again?
$3,000.
I think so.
All right. Good luck to you. What's your name?
Nathaniel Westmoreland.
Okay.
CC1, CC2.
All right, Mr. Westmoreland, you are charged with 1 count of criminal trespass. You were here with the other gentleman.
Well, yeah.
There's somebody else that has the exact same charge as you in the exact same place as you. I just saw him a couple of folks ago. I don't know. I'm not saying that you know him or anything like that. I'm just saying that y'all got the exact same charge for being at the exact same place. So you're charged with 1 count of criminal trespass, which is a misdemeanor. The bond is $3,000. You do have a special condition. Do not go back to 834 Highway 138 Southeast, which is the Southway Shopping Center in Jonesboro. So you can go anywhere in the world you want, just don't go there. For whatever reason, they don't want you there. You're not wanted there. You've been told not to go there, so don't do it. Okay, there's nothing that's there that is for you. Okay. Your next court date is on August the 15th. If you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire an attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
For the fine time.
Okay. All right. Do you have any questions about your case?
You said my next court date be on August 15th.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
No, sir.
All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Westmoreland.
CS2. Oh, you had already told him?
All right. What's your name?
Robinson.
Robinson. All right, sir. You were charged with 1 count of battery. The bond is $5,000 and 1 count of riot in a penal institution. The bond is $10,000. So your total bond is $15,000. The second charge is a felony. Your next court date is going to be on August the 16th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do? Do you want to hire your own attorney or do you want to be considered for a court-appointed attorney?
Court appointed attorney.
Okay. Are you currently employed?
14 months.
Okay, hold on. All right. Have you ever served in the military?
No.
All right. I'm going to put that you agreed via Zoom to be considered for a court-appointed attorney. All right. I'll grant that request. Do you have any questions about your case?
My charge is again?
Battery and then riot in a penal institution.
When did I catch these charges?
Huh?
When did I catch these charges?
Incident date looks like it was on July the 21st. Looks like there was a physical altercation between you and this the other person. Physical altercation. Let me see. Between you and someone named Tathine Williams. I don't know who that is. I don't know if you know who it is, but there's enough evidence here. So, any other questions?
No, smoke.
All right. Good luck to you, sir. Is there a Jerome Cody?
Yes, sir. Yeah, he's right here.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. All right, Mr. Cody, you are charged with giving a false name, address, and date of birth. I'm just dismissing the charges against you, okay?
Mhm.
So as long as you don't get in any more trouble, you don't act up, and there's nothing else that's holding you, then you'll be free to go in a little while. Just let us process that paperwork, okay?
All right.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, good luck to you. And then I have
Mr. Cody and I'm sorry, not Mr. Cody, Mr. Cruz.
what about Lewis or Louis Vaughn? Do we have that person?
He had first appearance yesterday.
Oh, okay. All right.
They didn't mark that one, but he did have first appearance yesterday.
Okay. All right. I was like, wait a minute, I didn't get an application.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries. Then we are accurate. So that's good. All right. So I should have Mr. Stephen Harper.
Yes, Mr. Harper and Mr. Cruz.
Yes, Mr. Cruz alone. All right, gentlemen. Y'all's situation is a little bit different because y'all don't have actual charges here in Clayton County. You have them in other states. So I have to pull up a script that I need to read to both of you, and then I'll address Mr. Cruz alone first, and then Mr. Harper second. Okay. So give me just a moment. All right, gentlemen, a fugitive warrant has been issued for your arrest. You do not have charges pending against you here in Clayton County. You have been brought to court today because you have charges pending against you, who are Mr. Cruz alone. Those charges are pending out of Florida, and Mr. Harper, they are out of Tennessee. Okay. And that state is requesting that you are returned to answer those charges for Mr. Cruz alone, that is for larceny, and Mr. Harper, that is for also larceny. Okay. In accordance with the laws of the state of Georgia, you are brought before me for an explanation of this proceeding. You have the right to contest the legality of this warrant and all extradition proceedings. Or you may waive your right to extradition proceedings and voluntarily be returned to the state requesting your detention. Before you inform me of whether or not you wish to waive extradition, let me explain to you that you have the following rights. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you. If you desire to contest the legality of the extradition proceeding, then you must file or have filed on your behalf a writ of habeas corpus. You will be allowed a reasonable amount of time to file such writ. You may file a writ of habeas corpus to contest the extradition. The writ of habeas can only contest the following things: whether extradition documents are in order on their face, whether you are charged with a crime in the demanding state, whether you are the person named in the request for extradition, and whether you are in fact a fugitive. You cannot contest the issue of your guilt or innocence in this state of Georgia. You are entitled to the advice of counsel in deciding whether to contest or waive extradition if you so desire. Now, pay attention to this part. If you waive extradition, the state of Florida for Mr. Cruz alone or Tennessee for Mr. Harper will have 30 days to come and get you. If those states have not picked you up in 30 days, you will be released. So if you waive, the states have 30 days to come and get you. If they don't, you will be released. If you contest extradition and the state is unable to extradite you within 30 days, you may be committed to the county for an additional 60 days awaiting your extradition. So if you waive, they have a hard line of 30. If you contest, they have 30, but there could be an extra 60. Okay. Now, I'm going to ask each of you individually, Mr. Cruz alone, do you wish to waive extradition and be returned to Florida, or do you wish to have formal extradition proceedings?
I'm also confused on both options.
Okay. Well,
Which one brings me to Florida the soonest? Is it like, do I get released here and fly back to Florida? And
So
do I?
let me repeat it one more time, okay? you can either waive or you can contest. Those are your two options. Okay. If you waive extradition, Florida will have 30 days to come and get you. So they'll get you within 30 days.
Within
If
this
they-
facility?
I'm sorry.
Within here, this facility?
I believe so. I don't know if you have charges anywhere else. But if they'll come and get you within 30 days. If they don't come and get you within 30 days, you're free to go. If you contest, they're supposed to get you within 30 days, but if not, someone could request an extra 60. So that's if you want to contest. So if you waive, they're going to get you within 30 days or you're free to go. If you contest, it's either 30 days or maybe a little bit longer.
So which option allows me to leave to Florida on my own behalf as soon as possible?
I mean, I can't be your lawyer. I can only tell you what I just told you. So
That's like stay here for 30 days?
This is the waiver. It is the best option,
Okay,
in my opinion.
I'll do the waiver.
And I'm not
Okay.
sure.
Now I have to ask you a couple questions, okay? Well, just one. Are you making this decision freely and voluntarily?
Let me think on that again.
Okay, well, go ahead. Think about that. Let me address Mr. Harper really quickly while you think about it, okay? All right, Mr. Harper, do you wish to waive or contest extradition?
I want to waive.
Okay. All right, Mr. Harper, are you doing that freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have the paperwork that needs to be signed? Okay, perfect. If you'll sign that, sir, they'll send it over to me. I will sign it and then I'll send it back to the sheriff's department, okay?
Okay, and then as soon as I get it back, I go turn myself in to Tennessee.
No, what'll happen is because you don't have a bond on these charges, Tennessee will have 30 days to get you. If they don't get you on day number 30, on day number 31, you're free to go.
Okay. There's no way to speed that up, I guess, is there?
I don't know the answer to that question, honestly. Now, they know that they only have 30 days to do it. So the clock is ticking. So I would imagine they don't want to wait till the last second because then they run the risk of you just leaving. But I don't know how long states typically wait. I don't know if it's 5 days, 10 days, or they do it last second. I wish I could give you better information. Now, Mr. Harper, I'm going to appoint an attorney on your case just in case your hearing date comes up.
Okay.
But if you're not here, then obviously it doesn't matter.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Any questions, Mr. Harper?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Then we'll get that paperwork over as quickly as possible.
Thanks.
All right, Mr. Cruz, have you had time to think about what you want to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, what would you like to do, sir?
I'll do the waiver.
Okay, all right, very good. Then there'll be some paperwork that you need to sign. And just like I told Mr. Harper, the clock starts ticking, so they'll have 30 days to come and get you. If they don't, then you're free to go, okay?
That's free from all charges that are presented.
Well, you'll be free to go, like, we can't hold you. Now, you'll still have the charges pending, but we can't keep you in custody. You'll just have to go and address those whenever you want to.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it.
All right, yes, sir. And I'm gonna appoint an attorney for you as well, sir, just in case your prelim date comes up beforehand, okay?
Thank you.
All right, no problem, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. All right, that's all I have, everyone. Is that accurate?
Yes, Your Honor, that's everyone.
Okay, very good. Wait, we rolled through that. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right, well, if y'all will get me that extradition paperwork over as quickly as you can, I will work on getting these bond orders and committal documents scanned, and then we'll be good to go.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
All right, no problem. Have a good one.
All right, have a good one.